Welcome to Make Something. Today we're going to make a table and I'm going to collaborate with my two podcast mates, Jimmy Diresta and Bob Clagett. Check it. And today's video is brought to us by Squarespace. I've never shown this on camera, but I have a shed here with my secret stash of wood. I've got this piece of walnut right here, gotten some nice straight grain. So let's take this and go plane it down. This is way too much wood. I don't need all of it, so I'm going to... Jimmy Diresta, Bob Clagett, and I have been recording a weekly podcast together called Making It for 8 years. We have over 370 episodes, and during that time, we have never collaborated until today. We each are making 1/3 of a 24-inch diameter table, and we have no idea what the others are doing. We're all gonna get together in a few days and combine our portions to give away to a Patreon member. And of course, I'm going to use my all-time favorite wood of all time. My 120-degree section is going to be made up of 6 wedges. I got all my veneers cut and ready to go, and because woodworkers love overkill, I cut a clear acrylic template over on the R400, and that's going to help me find the wedges that I need out of this, and I want the straightest grain possible, so I'm just gonna lay this on here and start making some marks. I got my 6 wedges cut. They are oversized, so we have a little bit of room to play. And now I'm going to tape them together before we veneer it to the substrate. We got our glue on the veneer. Usually I put it on the substrate. Not sure what I was thinking. So we're gonna flip this over, add our caul, and throw it in the bag. That's gonna clamp up in the vacuum bag for about an hour until the glue dries. For the top of this table, I want to do something special to tie it into the podcast that I have with Jimmy and Bob. So I downloaded our very first episode from October of 2014. We've been doing this a long time, and I'm importing it into this website called Wave Visual, and this gives me some controls over bar thickness and then the space between the bars and the overall height. Then I'm going to take this and then I'm going to bring that into Adobe Illustrator. And I want to stylize that just a little bit. So I'm going to add a bulge in the middle, scale that down, stretch this out. So, you hear that?
What was that?
Crazy stuff happens here. I wouldn't worry about it. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. You worried, Daniel? So we're gonna take this over to the Stepcraft M1000 and do a V-carve inlay. So we already did all this work to this table, so it's a little scary carving into it, but you gotta take chances. Drive fast, take lots of chances. All right, pull this out of the oven. Whew, and there it is. And now we can carve that waveform in the top here. So we got the male and the female pieces, which fit together real nice. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue. Throwing it in the bag because it's a little hard to get clamps right there. Now we can take this out of here and cut this off. That came out really, really good. The cool thing about V-carve inlay is it's got angled sides, so everything just fits really nice and snug. Now I want to inlay the Making It Podcast logo over top of this. All is not lost, but I had my piece oriented in the CNC the wrong way and I was cutting the logo the wrong way. So now I've got to cut a little piece to fill in the piece that I cut out. All good, no worries. You won't even notice it. This is so frustrating. This has to be done by today, so the finish is done by Friday morning. Look at my tests. These are my test pieces that I did off camera. Perfect. And then, look at that. Look at that. There's no gaps. It is absolutely perfect. I didn't pound it all the way down so it was flush. So there's a gap of air. So when I went to do the second inlay, I got this. Maybe I can keep this board because I've got all these pieces cut already. Take this piece, my test piece, that came out perfect, by the way, and cut out the waveform out of this. And then carve all of this away and lay this into there. The problem is this will be too small to cover up all of this. So I've got to figure out some sort of border or space in between this and that. Plus, on my test piece, I have the grain of the hickory running this way. I wanted it running up and down this way. We're just going with the flow. Even if this carve would have worked, it would have been upside down because this is the front of the table. You can still see a little bit of the V carve in there. That would have been terrible to realize after the fact. I cut out a pocket, I removed all of the bad inlay. Even though you can still see some of the V carve in there, that's not going to matter. I took that waveform and then cut this out on the laser from that practice piece so I can use this. I'm going to glue this in here the right way, and then the cavity left here, I will just fill with epoxy. Not the look I was originally going for. I'm not a huge fan of the big oval, and the graphic design brain that I have, it kind of drives me nuts that this logo is so close to the edge of this. Typically, you want a little bit of room to breathe. Is what it is. I'm using what I have. I'm trying to save the day. This is going to work. Plus, ain't my table. It's time to hit the reset button. We're on day 3. I am leaving tomorrow morning. I have run out of time, and this isn't doing it for me. This is not working. Even though I put shellac on there before laying down the epoxy, it bled into there a little bit. Plus, I can't sand it down yet because it's not dry. I've run out of time. We're gonna hit reset. I'm gonna start over, completely over, and I'm gonna take a different approach. Daniel, no mistakes today.
No mistakes.
The funny thing is, while Daniel is here, no mistakes, hardly no mistakes. As soon as he leaves, as soon as I'm on my own, everything just went to I think everything is gonna work. This time we cut everything out on the Rayjet R400. Cutting the inlay out on the CNC was a learning experience. I wanted to do some V-carve inlay, plus you can get some really, really tight inlays. This might not be as tight. We're running out of time, so we're just doing what we gotta do now to finish the project. I'm not saying you can't get super tight inlay with a laser. I just haven't measured the kerf and done all the calculations that I need. There's no time. But this is looking mighty tight. This is supposed to have a 3-inch rim, so I cut some more bottom pieces over on the CNC. This is the fastest way for me to build this up since we are running out of time. And I'm just laminating them together. So I have an extra piece of walnut from earlier. I just got to get it a little bit thinner so I can bend it around that front. 3 15/16. Bob and Jimmy, I'm a 16th too short. Deal. We did it. We started completely over at 9 a.m. It is now 4:48 and it is done. Except the leg is not attached yet. I'm waiting on an Amazon delivery this evening. It's gonna be a threaded insert so the leg can just thread right in there. So, time to pack up the car. This is gonna be fun. My brother Daniel and I were headed to Louisville where we're gonna meet up with Jimmy and Bob. I haven't seen those guys in person in like 3 years, so I am super excited. I can't wait to see what they did for this table. And while on the way down there is a great time to tell you about Squarespace. I used to be a full-time web developer working for a marketing agency, and I just built websites all day. At a certain point, I just realized I no longer want to make websites. I want to make YouTube videos, so I quit my job. And when I did that, I also stopped making my own website from scratch. And based on a recommendation, I switched to Squarespace. This was long before they were a sponsor. And to this day, when somebody asks what they should do for a website, I always suggest Squarespace. It's just really super easy to use. I get to focus on my business and I don't have to worry about the code, cloud, backend, and all that stuff. With Squarespace, you can bring in all your social media feeds, you can have a contact form, you can create beautiful image galleries. If you want to, you can have a password protected members only section of your website, and you can sell both physical and digital items, which is what I do. Everybody needs a web presence these days. Whether you like it or not, you're a brand. Everybody's a brand now. I cannot recommend it. Just there's some lightning going on, which is kind of crazy. I cannot recommend Squarespace enough. I genuinely love the service. So visit squarespace.com, and when you're ready to launch, visit squarespace.com/makesomething for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. All right, it's time to stop playing around. We got to get on the road and get to Louisville. This is going to be so much fun.
Oh, look at that. We got that. Oh, that looks sexy.
That looks awesome.
I think that came out really good. We've been trying to collaborate for a long time. It failed the first time. Bob was a little bit worried that it wasn't gonna come out as good as it did because 3 different personalities, we didn't know what we were gonna do. I think it looks super awesome.
I think it looks great. I like all my dead mice in mine.
I do too. And Bob's has a fun little game. So you can go to Bob's channel and check out to see how he made that. You can go to Jimmy's channel and see what all he put in there and how he made that. We do a weekly podcast, comes out every single Friday. We've been doing this since Halloween of 2014, I believe. How many episodes? 300 and
something.
Crazy. Yeah. So you can check that out. There'll be links to all of this down below. Thank you for watching. Go check out those 2 videos. We'll see you next time. As always, be safe, have fun, stay passionate, and make something.